I adore the primeval Lord, Govinda, the meditators of whom, by meditating upon him, under the sway of wrath, amorous passion, natural friendly love, fear, parental affection, delusion, reverence, and willing service, attain to bodily forms befitting the nature of their contemplation. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's purport. Devotion is of two kinds. 1. The nature of deference to regulation. And 2. Constituted of natural feeling. Bhakti is roused by following with a tinge of faith the rule of the Shastras and instruction of the preceptors. Such bhakti is of the nature of loyalty to scriptural regulations. It continues to be operative as long as the corresponding natural feeling is not roused. If a person loves Krishna out of natural tendency, there is the principle of raga, which is no other than a strong desire to serve, which turns into bhava, or substantive feeling. When the substantive feeling is aroused, the devotee becomes an object of mercy of Krishna. It takes much time to attain this stage. Devotion which is of the nature of feeling is superior to that connected with scriptural regulation. Its various aspects are described in this shloka. Shantabhava, full of reverence to superior. Dasyabhav, full of service for carrying out the commands of the object of worship. Sakyabhav, or natural friendly love. Vatsalyabhav, or parental affection. And Madhuryabhav, or amorous love, are all included in the category of devotion of the nature of instinctive attachment. But anger, fear, and delusion, though they are of the nature of instinctive impulse, are not devotion in the strict sense of the term, because they are not friendly but hostile to the object. Anger is found in asuras like Shishupal, fear in Kamsa, and delusion in the pundits of the pantheistic school. They have the feelings of anger, fear, and instinctive impulse marked by complete self-forgetful identification with the non-differentiated Brahman. But as there is no friendly feeling toward the object of devotion, there is no bhakti. Again, among the feelings of Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya, Shanta, though indifferent and dormant in rag, is still reckoned as bhakti on account of its being a little friendly. There is an immense volume of rag in the other four varieties of emotion. By the promise of the Gita, ye yatham mam prapadyante, tam stataiva bhajamyaham, I serve one according to his submission. Those who allow themselves to be actuated by the sentiments of fear, anger, and delusion attain to Sahujamukti, merging into the Absolute. The Shantas obtain bodily forms with aptitude for addiction to Brahman and Paramatma. The Dasya and Sakya classes of worshippers attain bodily forms characterized by masculine or feminine disposition according to their respective grades of eligibility. The Vatsalya class of worshippers get bodily forms befitting fatherly and motherly sentiments. The amorous lovers of Krishna attain the pure forms of gopis, spiritual milkmaids of Braj. I worship that transcendental seat known as Svetadvip, where, as loving consorts, the Lakshmis, in their unalloyed spiritual essence, practice the amorous service of the Supreme Lord Krishna as their only lover, where every tree is a transcendental purpose tree, where the soil is the purpose gem, all water is nectar, every word is a song. Every gait is a dance. The flute is the favorite attendant. Effulgence is full of transcendental bliss. The supreme spiritual entities are all enjoyable and tasty. Where numberless milk cows always emit transcendental oceans of milk. Where there is eternal existence of transcendental time, who is ever present and without past or future, and hence is not subject to the quality of passing away, even for the space of half a moment. That realm is known as Goloka, only to a very few self-realized souls in this world. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati's purport. That region which jivas attain by the best performance of their ras bhajan, though purely transcendental, is by no means devoid of variegatedness. The non-differentiated region is attained by indulging in anger, fear, and delusion. The devotees attain Goloka, the transcendental region above Vaikuntha, according to the quality of ras of the respective services. In reality, that region is no other than Svetadvip, or the White Island, being exceedingly pure. Those who attain the highest ras in the shape of the realization of pure devotion in this world, viewing the reality of Svetadvip in Gokul, Vrindavan, and Navadvip within this mundane world, designate the same as Goloka. In that transcendental region of Goloka, there are always visible, in their supreme beauty, all the distinctive entities that are incorporated in the pure cognitive principle. The lover and his beloved ones, trees and creepers, mountains, rivers and forests, water, speech, movement, music of the flute, the sun and the moon, tasted and taste. In other words, the unthinkable wonders of the 64 aesthetic arts. Milk cows yielding nectarian flow of milk and transcendental, ever-existing time. Descriptions that supply the clue to Goloka are found in various places in the Vedas and other Shastras, such as the Puranas, Tantras, etc. The sum and substance of it is this, that all variegatedness of this mundane world, and much more variety, over and above the mundane, are to be found in Goloka. The variety in the transcendental world is fully centralized, whereas in the mundane world it is not so, and hence productive of weal and woe. The centralized variety of Goloka is unalloyed and full of transcendental cognitive joy. There is a hidden meaning spoken by Brahma in this verse, when he says, Param api tad, asvadyam api cha. Even the supreme is the object of enjoyment. The word param api indicates that Sri Krishna is the only truth absolute in all transcendental blissful principles. And tad asvadyam api means his object of enjoyment. The glory of Radha's love for Krishna, tasty quality of Krishna that is realized by Radha, and the bliss of which Radha is conscious in the process of such realization. All these threefold bhavs becoming available for enjoyment by Krishna, he attains his personality of Sri Gaurasundar. It is also this that constitutes the transcendental bliss of the delicious loving service manifested by Sri Gaurasundar. This also eternally exists only in the self-same Svetadvip.